Like me, did the meeting you were the most prepared for actually feel like your worst? I'm Anne with Winletha, bringing executive coaching to young professionals. I was really prepared for a meeting. I mean, really prepared. I had crafted a focused purpose statement. I had a clear agenda outlining all of the issues toward making a decision. We had arranged for all of the key stakeholders to participate, and we had protected a good amount of time for the discussion. At the end of the meeting, the group did make a decision, but I felt so frustrated and drained. I had gone into the meeting committed to there being high quality discussion and an efficient decision-making process. I was also committed to respecting everyone's time and keeping their project moving on schedule. So what happened? Well, the group totally bought into the purpose of the meeting, but then they didn't follow the agenda, my agenda. They hopped between issues, they brought up unrelated topics, and they seemed oblivious to the passing of time. I felt like they had disregarded the agenda and didn't understand the urgency of the decision. Mostly, I felt that I had failed to manage them as part of managing their project. Thankfully, I had colleagues who afterwards were able to widen my tunnel vision. I had been so intent on having an efficient meeting that I had designed the fastest path of discussion to reach a decision. But it was really the fastest path from my perspective. I had missed the simple fact that I was not going into a room of 8 people who think exactly the way I do. What I profoundly learned that day is that my client did rely on me to prepare them and to offer a guide for decision making, but then I needed to lean into my curiosity and be open to the myriad of ways that the group could make a decision, many of which are ways that I'd never be able to imagine from my sole perspective. This experience helped move me from, I mapped out how this is going to go, to I'm curious how this is going to go. So here's an exercise to help you strengthen your curiosity muscle. All this week, notice that inner voice when it says, I know how this is going to go. Make a note of the context and then try to switch to, I'm curious how this is going to go. Notice if your listening changes and if you're asking different questions. At the end of the week, see if there are any patterns about when it's happening and how you feel when you make the switch. Click the like button to let me know that you're going to give it a try, and use the comments to share what you discover. I'll see you next week with another strength training exercise for your leadership muscles.